KADE is a voluntary organisation established in 1993. It operates a development education centre in Denny Street in Tralee Town. KADE's mission statement declares that KADE exists to create, through education, an understanding of development issues relating to world poverty. We wish to promote, in particular, the concept that every citizen of Ireland is also a global citizen, with a responsibility to help the people of less developed countries to achieve their potential. To get a better understanding of this whole concept, we spoke to Mary McGillicuddy, coordinator of KADE, and Ngugu Mafu, a Zimbabwean woman who works for the organisation. What do KADE do?
We run a resource centre. We stock loads of resource materials for trainers and learners, teachers, youth workers, adult educators, students from primary or preschool up to third level. And we act as an information point where people can come for information, find out about other contacts, organisations around the country, and we deliver educational outreach sessions, workshops, that type of thing. And we run different projects like annual events like Global Tralee, which is an intercultural celebration in Tralee every Patrick's Day, and we do a range of activities.
We have a short definition in KADE which we normally use, which is that development education is the understanding by an individual that our actions have an impact in a global way, like what we do kind of impacts on the rest of the world, and what the rest of the world does also impacts on us. So it's the understanding that we all have a responsibility basically to make the world a better world, if you like.
KADE teach development education on the 3 levels of the Irish education system: primary, secondary and third level. Sean Lyons, chairperson of KADE, speak to us about how and why they teach development education to the pupils in the school.
The kids here, like all kids, have a natural curiosity. Kids love to learn, and they love to learn about the different. They love to learn about the exotic. And if they're learning about other countries, if they're learning about other cultures, they get really involved with it. So if we can get them to engage somehow with the excitement of other cultures, with the colour, with the vibrancy of other cultures, that gets them interested. And once that interest is there, the action follows.
I would see it as hugely important so that we don't live in our own little society, that we realise we're part of the global community.
Mount Hawk Secondary School is also involved with KADE.
Our experiences with KADE, we're learning about the Millennium Development Goals, and we're learning about what life in foreign countries were compared to here in Ireland. We're learning about the education system over there.
How is development education taught to students?
We try as much as possible to make it interactive, because development education is not really something that you can come in and lecture students about it. It's something that they have to relate to. It's something that they have to be able to, you want to engage them, to get them to think critically about things. And what I find is that if you stand there and maybe try to preach to them, they wouldn't understand a thing. So we try to engage them as much as possible. So we make it quite interactive. We use a lot of interactive materials. We use the media, we use videos, we get them to sit and reflect, to think about things. We also get them especially to look at things that affect the rest of the world, try and identify those things locally before they can try and see how those things relate to the rest of the world.
KADE are involved in many projects such as Twinning the Kingdoms, the Photo Packs and the Millennium Development Goals.
The Millennium Development Goals, they're listed here and we have them all over the school. And the Millennium Development Goals were described by Nelson Mandela as probably the most important document of the last 100 years. The MDGs were, they evolved in the year 2000, obviously the millennium, in the United Nations. And they set out a number of targets for the developing world under various headings. Headings such as education, gender, poverty, clean water, hunger and so on. And the United Nations set targets in the year 2000 for the year 2015 when these goals would be met. For example, by the year 2015 it is envisaged that the number of people who do not have access to clean water in the world will be halved.
The photo pack which KADE organised was developed as an educational resource to assist development educational practitioners and others to explore different themes of development in Ireland. So what does the future hold for KADE?
The main focus is to make people aware of development education, and there's still a lot of people out there who are unaware of it, unaware of how interesting it can be, teachers who are not fully familiar with how they can integrate it into their existing classwork. So we have all kinds of activities in the offing to help improve integration of DevEd into the education community in Kerry in general, and also beyond Kerry.
To summarise, KADE is a voluntary organisation which works to develop people's skills, knowledge and understanding of the world by exploring issues such as inequality and poverty. Development education enables people to move from a basic awareness of issues involving less developed countries and the causes and effects of global issues to a more personal involvement and informed action on these issues.